The episode have introduced us to Grimlock and the rest of the Dinobots. Grimlock, probably one of the most enduring characters of the franchise. Hey guys, welcome along to Here's Rodder's Reviews, the show that loves all things entertainment and shares that love with you. I am your host, Rodney Stewart. I need to start taking deeper breaths before I start these videos because I completely ran out of wind right there. Oh gosh, here, right, sorry about that. The camera, the autofocus isn't focusing properly, probably because of the light reflecting off my glasses. I need to stop wearing these while I'm shooting these things. Anyway, that'll make no sense to you guys listening to this on the audio podcast. So we're going to get into Transformers again in this episode, and you know, if you're not interested in the 80s cartoons reviews, please hang about the channel. This isn't all we're going to be doing. We're going to be bouncing off a lot of classic stuff. I'll be uploading these mainly in the mornings and keeping the movie sort of stuff towards the evenings on the channel, you know. So I'm going to try and do as many different things to maybe appeal to as many people as possible. We'll see what happens. Anyway, this episode is SOS Dinobots. The episode have introduced us to Grimlock and the rest of the Dinobots. Grimlock, probably one of the most enduring characters of the franchise. So the Autobots discover fossilized dinosaur bones in a newly uncovered cave in their headquarters. Of course, in this series, the Autobot ship had crash landed at the base of a volcano, so they discover these fossilized dinosaur bones. Wheeljack and Ratchet use them as the basis to create the Dinobots. Grimlock, Slag and Sludge. I loved the Dinobots as a child, and unfortunately I never had all of them in the toys as a child. When this series first aired, I was only something like 5 years old at that time, so I was definitely the target audience for the show. I did, however, have Sludge, and I do believe somewhere in the house, and I'm turning 40 years old shortly, I do believe that toy is somewhere still here. So yes, big nerd I am, always have been, always will be. Yes, they create the free Dinobots, Grimlock, Slag and Sludge. However, their simple brains prove unstable and they go berserk, absolutely destroy Autobot headquarters. The Autobots are completely overrun, nothing they can do until Optimus Prime steps in, and he fights him off as best he can, but he's getting held back as well. But Wheeljack eventually is able to shoot a disruptor beam that shuts him down, and Optimus Prime orders him to be deactivated completely, and doing that, they're stored in the cave where the fossils were originally found, and the Autobots cave it in to kind of tomb them up. So it's a bit of a dark part of the episode for the Transformers, and especially the Autobots, to do something like that. But during this, Megatron and the other Decepticons are hitting another power plant to drain as much energy as they can to build energon cubes to take back to Cybertron to dominate the entire planet, as is their goal throughout seasons 1 and 2 of the Transformers. So the Autobots eventually discover this is happening because they cannot get the distress call from the power plant, because the Dinobots has pretty much destroyed their entire base. Teletran 1, the Autobot computer, can't receive the distress call, so eventually they end up find out the Decepticons are at this. They go to fight them, but they're ambushed and captured by the Decepticons. And they're pretty much, at this point in the episode, that's pretty much they're lined up. They're going to be executed. Of course, it's an 80s cartoon, it's a children's show. That's not going to happen. But all hope seems lost. So, Bumblebee, along with Spike, race back to Autobot headquarters to get help. There's not enough Autobots to take on the Decepticons. So, Wheeljack, Bumblebee and Spike decide to stuff Optimus Prime's orders. We're going to reactivate the Dinobots. But during the time Optimus Prime gave the order to deactivate the Dinobots, Wheeljack decided that he was going to work on a way of upgrading the brains of the Dinobots. Big mistake they had at the start was dinosaurs had smaller brains, therefore they built the Dinobots with smaller brains, which was the key to their downfall at the start. They're not the sharpest knives in the rack, even after the brain upgrade they get at the end of this episode. But Wheeljack reactivates them. They get to the power plant. The Dinobots attack the Decepticons. The Decepticons do not stand a chance against these guys, and they're driven off pretty quick by the Dinobots. So Optimus Prime, the rest of the Autobots are rescued by Wheeljack, Bumblebee and Spike, and the three of them are like, Optimus Prime, we disobeyed your orders, or we're willing to take whatever punishment you're going to give us. But Prime, being the character that he is, realizes that, you know what, if the Autobots didn't have the Dinobots, we wouldn't be here right now. So he is like, I've got no reprimand for you guys, and the Dinobots are welcome to stay with the Autobots. So the episode finishes off with cheering and celebrating and whatnot. That's a good introduction to the Dinobots. But as of what we know of Grimlock, we're in for a rough journey with the Dinobots being part of the Autobot team. And yes, I love this show so much. If you've never seen the original series of Transformers, go and check it out. In all honesty, it's a brilliant series, but there's a lot of animation mistakes within season 1 in particular. There seemed to be a lot of bad communication between the animators of this show, because you do see, particularly in this episode, Optimus Prime's body colour, as we all know, and it's right there. He's like, the red body, red arms, white legs and blue shin, just he's that, the red, white and blue colour. But there's some animation cells within this episode where he is like 100% blue from head to toe. You see a lot of that in season 1's animation, but don't let that distract you from the series. It's brilliant. I absolutely love it. Guys, thank you so much for checking out the video. Please hit that subscription button and don't forget to press that bell icon to be notified of future uploads. Please get into the description box below this video and check out my social media links down there. Check out all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next video.